You think if she loved you, you'd never have to question it. But the truth is, the woman who's trying hardest to hide it will make you feel the most confused. You're sitting there reading signals like it's a crime scene, replaying texts, scanning her tone, trying to figure out if you're crazy or if she's into you. And you hate that feeling because it makes you feel small. It makes you feel needy. It makes you feel like you're begging for basic clarity. But listen to me, confusion isn't always rejection. Sometimes it's protection. Sometimes it's fear wearing perfume. And before we go any further, subscribe right now. Not because I need it, but because you do. Because you don't need more dating hacks. You need reminders. You need truth. You need a voice that drags you back to center when your emotions start negotiating against your self-respect. Hit subscribe, because if you're the kind of man who can listen to this without flinching, you're the kind of man who's building something. Here's the thesis. Here's what it really means. When a woman loves you but doesn't want you to know, she will leak it in behavior while denying it in language. She'll show you devotion in the small things and then act allergic to the word sign number 1. She gets jealous but denies it feelings. She'll move toward you, then punish herself for moving toward you. That push-pull isn't romance. It's a tell. It's called emotional conflict. Now, let's build the ladder because you need to stop interpreting this like a desperate guy and start reading it like a grounded man. The misconception is you think love is loud. You think love is constant reassurance. You think if she cared, it would be obvious, clean, and easy. The hard truth is love isn't always comfortable, especially for someone who's been burned, controlled, embarrassed, cheated on, or taught that needing someone is weakness. The root cause is fear of loss of control. The cost is you start chasing clarity instead of building a life. And the reframe is simple. You don't need to hunt for love. You need to watch for alignment. And you need to protect your dignity while you watch, because the moment you start begging for proof, you lose the frame. You stop being the man, you become the question. So let's talk about the 8 signs she doesn't want you to know she loves you. And listen carefully. These aren't cute clues. These are patterns. And you're not here to fantasize. You're here to decide. First sign, she watches you when she thinks you're not looking. Not in a casual way, in a quiet inventory way. Like she's studying what kind of man you are when you're not performing. When you talk to other people, when you focus on your work, when you laugh without trying to impress her, because attraction is easy. Love is observation. Love is sign number 2. She tests your confidence, attention that lingers, and if she's hiding it, she'll steal those moments instead of admitting she wants them. But here's where you mess up. You catch her looking and you get high on it. You start living for it. You start fishing for it. And that's when she backs up, because she can sense when a man starts needing her gaze as fuel. That's called validation dependence, and it will cost you the dynamic. Second sign, she picks fights over small things, then softens when you stay calm. She'll challenge you with something petty, a tone, a timing, a why didn't you text back faster? A little jab, a little storm, not because she hates you, because she's checking one thing. Can you hold steady when emotions spike? Can you lead yourself? Can you stay respectful without folding? She's testing if closeness equals chaos. She's testing if you're safe, and you want to know what a weak man does. He panics. He over-explains. He begs. He tries to fix. He tries to convince. He turns a small moment into a courtroom. And now she doesn't feel safe. She feels powerful. And that kills respect. A strong man. He stays calm. He doesn't get cruel. He doesn't get dramatic. He doesn't punish. He simply holds the line. He says, I'm not doing this if we can't talk like adults. And then he goes back to his life. That's not arrogance. That's stability. That's called emotional leadership. Third sign, she remembers details you never thought she noticed. Your schedule, the way you like your coffee, the story you told once about your father, the little pressure you're under at work, the way sign number 3, she finds reasons to contact you. You get quiet when you're thinking. She'll pretend she's casual like she just happened to remember. No, people remember what they value. People track what matters to them. But watch how it shows up. She won't say, I care about you. She'll say, did that thing you mentioned ever get solved? She'll keep it disguised as curiosity. She'll keep it, It disguised as conversation because admitting she's holding you in her mind feels like giving you power. And if she's been hurt before, she's terrified of giving power to the wrong man again. Fourth sign, she protects you in subtle ways. She'll defend you when someone misreads you. She'll correct a narrative about you. She'll make sure you're included. She'll check your mood without asking directly. She'll do it like she's doing it for the group or the situation. But it's aimed at you. That's care. That's loyalty leaking out. Now, here's the warning. Don't confuse this with control. There's a difference between a woman protecting your reputation and a woman trying to manage your behavior. One is love. One is insecurity. The difference is respect. If she protects you while respecting your autonomy, pay attention. If she protects you by limiting you, interrogating you, or making you smaller, that's not love. That's fear trying to own you. Fifth, sign she gets jealous, but she disguises it as humor or indifference. She'll tease you about other women. She'll act like she doesn't care. She'll sign number 4. Emotional reactions to small things say, "Oh, you and your little fan club," and laugh, but her eyes won't laugh. Her body won't laugh. She's collecting data. She's checking your loyalty without asking for loyalty, because asking would be admitting she wants you. This is where you need discipline. Because if you're the kind of man who uses her jealousy to boost your ego, you will lose her. You will turn her fear into reality. You will teach her that closeness with you equals competition, and she will shut down. A man with self-respect doesn't flirt with chaos. He doesn't manufacture triangles. He doesn't posture. He moves clean. He moves simple. He moves honorable. Not because he's nice, because he values his name. Sixth sign, she creates reasons to be around you that don't require emotional confession. She'll need advice. She'll have a question. She'll be in the area. She'll send you something random just to open a door. She wants contact. She wants connection. But she doesn't want to be seen wanting it. So, she wraps it in practicality. And if you've never understood women, this is where you'd miss it. You'd say, she's just being friendly. No, a woman does not repeatedly orbit a man she feels nothing for. She may be polite, she may be kind, but orbiting is investment. Repetition is intention. Seventh sign, she opens up, then retreats, then acts like it didn't happen. She'll share something real, something vulnerable, something that makes you see her heart for a second, and then the next day she's colder, sign number 5. She remembers tiny details shorter, more guarded. Not because she lied, because she feels exposed. And exposure is dangerous when you don't trust your own judgment yet. This is where most men ruin it. They punish the retreat. They take it personal. They demand she stay open. They say, "Why are you acting weird?" And now she regrets opening up at all. The right move is steadiness. You don't chase her retreat. You don't make it a drama. You simply stay consistent. You keep your boundaries, you keep your tone, you keep your pace. You show her that intimacy doesn't mean loss of control. That's what she's looking for. Eighth sign, when you pull back, she comes forward. Not in a desperate way, in a checking way. When you stop initiating, she suddenly appears. When you get focused, she gets curious. When you're not trying to win her, she starts trying to keep you because now she can feel the possibility of losing you without you threatening her. And that activates the truth she was hiding. But listen carefully. This sign is the one that destroys weak men because they notice it and they start playing games. They start disappearing on purpose. They start using distance as a weapon. They start thinking, if I ignore her, she'll want me more. That's not strength. That's manipulation. That's insecurity wearing a suit, and it always collapses. Here's what's actually going on beneath all 8 signs. She's fighting 2 desires, sign number 6. Hot and cold behavior at the same time. The desire to be close to you and the desire to stay safe from disappointment. She wants you and she doesn't trust wanting you. So, she leaks love and behaviors while keeping her mouth guarded. Now, let me tell you what this costs you if you don't handle it like a man. It costs you your focus. You start living in her mood swings. You start building theories instead of building your body, your money, your mission, your mind. You start checking your phone like it's an EKG machine for your self-worth. You start negotiating with your standards. You start tolerating ambiguity that slowly rots your confidence. You stop leading. You stop training. You stop creating. You stop sleeping well. You stop feeling like yourself. And you think you're in love, but really, you're in suspense. That's called emotional addiction. And it's not romantic. It's expensive. Now I'm going to give you the reframe that sets you free. You don't need to decode her love. You need to remain a man you respect while she decides whether she can meet you there. Because the goal isn't to get her to confess. The goal is to create a dynamic where honesty is required and games are unnecessary. Let me paint you the archetype. The man who gets this right. He's not loud, he's not thirsty, he's not cold either. He's warm with standards, calm with boundaries. He doesn't chase a feeling, he chooses a direction. His life has weight, his calendar has purpose. His body shows sign number 7, protective over you discipline. His words are clean. He doesn't hint, he doesn't beg, he doesn't punish, he doesn't perform. He's present, but he's not available to confusion. He's kind, but he's not compliant. He's interested, but he's not impressed by potential. He can look at a woman and say, without anger, without bitterness, I like you. I'm not here to play games. If you want something real, I'm here. If you don't, I'll wish you well. And he means it because his identity isn't up for negotiation. That man is dangerous to fantasy and irresistible to truth. Now, actionable steps. Do this. Stop this. Redirect this tight sequence. No fluff. Stop interrogating her feelings. Stop asking, do you like me? Stop fishing. That question is beneath you. Replace it with observation. Replace it with standards. Watch what she does consistently, not what she says when she's nervous. Do communicate clearly once, not 10 times once. Say what you want. Say what you're available for. And then let her respond through action. If she can't meet clarity, you don't debate her into it. Do set a pace. You lead the pace, not with control, with self-respect. If she runs hot and cold, you don't run with her. You keep your temperature. You keep your rhythm. Consistency is masculine. Chaos is childish. Stop rewarding mixed signals. The moment you start giving extra attention for crumbs, you teach her that confusion works on you. And then she'll keep using it, not because she's evil, but because it gets results. That's called reinforcement. And you are sign their rate. She watches you from a distance, responsible for what you reinforce. Do redirect energy into your mission immediately. The moment you feel yourself obsessing, you move. Gym, work, skill, sleep, friends, sunlight. Put your body in motion. Put your mind on a build because desire without direction turns you into a slave. Do require respect in conversation. If she's rude, if she's playing power games, if she's testing you with disrespect, you calmly step back, not to punish, to protect. Your standard. You can be patient with fear. You cannot be patient with disrespect. That's the line. Stop romanticizing her trauma. You are not a therapist. You are not a rehab center for emotionally unavailable behavior. If she's struggling, fine. But you do not sacrifice your peace to prove you're worthy. Do offer a clean door, not a cage. Invite her into something real, a date, a plan, a consistent rhythm, not endless texting, not endless ambiguity, reality. Because reality filters quickly. Fantasy drags on forever. And here's the deepest truth. If she loves you but hides it, the solution is not you becoming more available. The solution is you becoming more grounded. Because groundedness makes honesty feel safe. Groundedness makes games feel pointless. But I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes those 8 signs aren't hidden love. Sometimes they're just attention-seeking. Sometimes they're just loneliness. Sometimes you're the, option she enjoys, not the man she chooses. And if you're honest with yourself, you can feel the difference. Love builds, using drains. Love adds peace, using adds anxiety. Love moves forward, using stalls. So here's your identity reset, and I want you to hear it like a command. You don't exist to be chosen. You exist to choose. You are not final message. Actions reveal what words hide here to audition. You are here to live. You are not here to decode hints. You are here to require truth. You are the answer. And the moment you stop begging for clarity is the moment you become clear. The moment you stop chasing is the moment you become chaseworthy. The moment you stop trading your self-respect for a maybe is the moment your life starts opening like it's been waiting for you to come back. If she loves you, she'll rise to your standard. If she doesn't, she'll be replaced by your peace. Subscribe because you need more of this. More truth, more clarity, more backbone in your ear when your emotions start lying to you. And if you're still here at the end, you're not alone. You're part of a group of men rebuilding self-respect in a world that keeps trying to sell you confusion as romance.